Welcome to the Lawless Astrology channel. My name is Dabney and I'm an evolutionary astrologer. Today I'm going to be talking about a question that I get sometimes, and it came up for me yesterday, so I wanted to just kind of share my experience with you. Why is it that sometimes the astrologers will say that a certain date or aspect or transit is going to be beautiful and lovely, and the reality of your experience does not match what the astrologers are predicting? Likewise, sometimes they say it's going to be this dramatic transit that we're all going to experience, but nothing really that dramatic happens for you. So what is that all about? So if that's content you're interested in, please stick around. This is going to be a quick video. Please like, subscribe, and share. Comment below. Yesterday was the Jupiter-Saturn conjunction in Cancer. All astrologers were saying what a beautiful aspect this was going to be. I myself even said this is a day to kind of pamper yourself and take care of yourself, kind of lean into self-care, enjoy the day. But I'll confess, I had a terrible day yesterday. It was not a fun day. So what's going on there? Well, my outer planet transits are stronger than the day-to-day transits that we are talking about. So when we're talking about these faster moving planets sometimes, especially something like a Venus conjunction, it can offer the energetic opportunity, but it doesn't mean it will be your experience, because whatever is going on in your individualized chart might be more powerful and override the benefits that you would see of that. So here's a little thing about horoscopes. Horoscopes are very general. There are not just 12 signs. This is a complicated topic, and it is one that we study, astrologers study for years, decades even, in most cases, before we kind of come out into the world and tell you what's going to happen. And so when you look at a chart, an individual person's chart, their interaction with what is going on in the sky right now is more important than what's going on in the collective. And when we do these larger horoscopes, or we do these videos, we are looking at mundane astrology. We're looking at what's going on for the collective. What's the energy of the month? It is the reason why I don't do all 12 signs very often. Now, the reason I don't do all 12 signs, and I don't diss the people that do that, but the all 12 signs thing really pertains often to your rising sign. And most people don't know their rising sign. And even if you do know your rising sign, you still may have intercepted houses, and you may still not know what degree a planet is at. So what it's conjuncting in your own chart, or what it's squaring in your own chart. So for me yesterday, that conjunction was squaring my Chiron, and Saturn was making a square to my natal Venus. So and then I've got all sorts of other outer planet things going on with Uranus and so forth. So like a sweet little Jupiter-Venus conjunction, while it offers a window of energy that can be beautiful, it doesn't mean that everyone's going to have a good day. I just want to kind of get that out there, that it doesn't mean that when you watch an astrology video, there isn't value. So even the 12 sign ones. So I, 20 years ago, cut my teeth on doing horoscopes. So horoscopes were the way that you could make a living as an astrologer versus just giving readings, which was very localized at the time. There was no Zoom, there wasn't even Skype. And so it was very much like you did local readings, and if you wanted to make a name for yourself, you did horoscopes. Well, I wrote horoscopes for all sorts of magazines: Parents Magazine, Working Mother, Parents, Pregnancy and Newborn. So here's the fact. I wasn't even a mother yet. I was an astrologer. But I was writing advice in some ways, these horoscopes, which are oracles, for people who are actual moms. And sometimes I look back at the content I created and I cringe a little bit because, I remember writing like, if your child is a Leo, break out the finger painting. I mean, as a mom, a working mom with small kids, you don't have time to break out the finger painting. It is so messy. And I'm sorry, I was never a trad wife. So just, keep in mind that these oracles are just that. These horoscopes are oracles. And the value in them is that they can reflect nuggets of wisdom if they're done well, that reflects your inner knowing, and what speaks to you, what you hear is what is the value, is kind of the gift that you're given with the all 12 signs, the horoscopes. They also give astrology a bad name because in a lot of ways they're saying this is what astrology is all about, and it's far from it. So I just want to kind of validate if, all the astrologers were saying you were supposed to have a great day yesterday and you didn't. Just know that's because this is a complicated topic, and one small aspect or transit doesn't necessarily mean that that's going to be your experience. If, we have these beautiful days that collectively the energy is there to pluck that. And, people were still diagnosed with cancer yesterday. There were still wars going on. So I guess I just wanted to hop on and sort of answer that question. And again, not to shame the all 12 signs forecasts, because I think that they are valuable. They offer insight into the energy. They offer insight into a way that you can draw from your own inner intuition and your own wisdom. And especially if you are an astrologer or you understand astrological language, you can get a lot out of it. What I try to do on my channel is take a little bit of a bigger picture perspective, and I look at the mundane astrology, I look at the collective energy, and I pick out what speaks to me, and hopefully because you found me, it speaks to you too, right? I'm kind of trying to translate the planetary energy. Like I say, take what I see in the planetary energy and help us live a more conscious and peace-filled life down here on planet Earth, right? That's kind of what I say, because that's where I feel like I can contribute to this conversation. And also, I do think that when you zoom out and you're looking at the outer planets and how they're impacting the collective, which is mundane astrology, that's very interesting to me. And I think it's interesting to you because you guys show up, right? And you can see historical patterns. And so that really can give you a sense of what to expect. But it's very different than this, what's happening next week and how will that impact me? So yeah, I just wanted to lay that out and let you know that you're not crazy if you didn't have a good day yesterday. And also, if an astrologer says, be careful, this is a really crazy day, and you have a fine day, it's because it has more to do with your individual chart. And a good astrologer can help you sort that out. You can learn astrology, how to read your own chart, and then you can really understand what we're talking about here. If you want, you can download my free beginner astrology workbook, which can really give you kind of the basics to help kind of understand what the houses mean and the aspects, and to follow along a little bit. So maybe it all, speaks a little bit more directly to you. So, okay, I think that's what I wanted to just hop on and say. And there is a reason and a season for it all. The universe is conspiring to help us. The cosmos do have really important things to tell us, and astrology is a very personalized art when we're talking about especially some of these faster moving planetary energies. Okay, until next time, stargazers.